Hello, thanks for the replay viewer and live viewer, and we are live from New York City. I saw the weathercast. The snowstorm is coming. I don't want to believe it, but snow is coming tonight. It's like at 3 hours from now. We have to be ready. Hope it's not major snowstorm. Let me see. I don't see my scope yet. I fixed the issue, so hopefully the comment won't be delayed tonight. Should be okay because I fixed it before doing Japanese scope 12 hours ago and it was okay. So let me see. No, I still don't see my scope on timeline. I don't know. I can log in. Okay. So this is my Japanese channel, but still not showing up. Something going on because I contacted Periscope because my Japanese channel is still like showing limited access. They said if I update the app it's gonna go away, but it won't, so it's still there. So I'm gonna contact them again. So this week, yeah, I still am I on? Yeah, I don't. Okay. So this is the 8th week, but I think I put the wrong number this morning for the Japanese scope. But this time I added the 8-12. So it's going to be 12 weeks, but this week would be 8th week. And snowstorm is coming to New York, but it's not an issue for me because I'm not live streaming from outside. I can't do that because I have an iPhone 6s. This battery is not hold long enough if it's the below like 2 Celsius. Like a Fahrenheit would be 32 and 30. It won't hold the battery. Maybe one or 5 minutes. Last time I went there, that was like a 40 something degrees, but it hold only 10 or 11 minutes. That was not good because I was in the middle of the conversation with the regular like a super fan people. That was not fun. So this is a series is value creation, life hack tips, and HatarakiGai. And today I added the survey link on title. I didn't add it not a Merumaga. Merumaga is like a Japanese newsletter link. I don't know why Japanese called Merumaga, which is like mail magazine. United States we call newsletter, e-newsletter. I'm the only one keep saying e-newsletter because everybody's saying newsletter. That means e-newsletter. So I'm doing in English over here, but there's a little Japanese lesson at end of this session. So normally it's gonna take 15 to half an hour. Right now you're seeing everything is in English, but if you want to comment in Japanese, feel free to do so. I am from Japan. I am Japanese. My company called Snow Sugar Video. So I've done 6 topics already, the things, and this week is 8th week in writing your story. Snow Sugar is originally started as a startup, like IT startup, and we are middle of the developing website and ready to develop an app, but we put it on hold everything because the YouTube changed their partnership rule, and we don't have a budget to create a self-server video website and app yet. So that's why we decided to put on hold because of the YouTube. we're not blamed, but we kind of like shifted to the different, different direction. Life is, always something happen. Uncertainty, as you all know. So this week I'm gonna share how you can write your story, and the next week it maybe share a little tip to how you can film and shoot in video using iPhone mainly, because I don't have an Android phone, but I would normally say smartphone, because also as our survey result, 40%, more than 40% people using Android phone. It's, you know, the majority, iPhone is not a majority anymore. Probably because of the battery life. And the 10th week, teach, like sharing how you can edit your story, maybe iMovie app and WeVideo, because iMovie app is not available for Android phone users. So WeVideo is the good app to edit it, and probably the Premiere Clip as well. Premiere Clip is very similar to WeVideo. All the video app is a little bit different always. I like the these days I like the what's the name of the app? Splice. Now it's like a GoPro. GoPro is a whole, having running that company. Okay, so let's craft your story. Most of the people is stuck into writing something because I don't know. There's a lot of different reasons, I think. I'm going to share the result of the survey maybe end of this week, little bit, because that survey for my upcoming workshop. So I'm gonna share a little bit about the survey result. When I read all the results, and not most of the people, some people and who is stuck in the story writing is there's a 2 or 3 reasons. They don't know how to write, or they don't want to write, or they don't come up any story. So those kind of like a problem, it's not the only the ability issue. Something kind of attached to the mood or mental block or something. So anyway, the story structure is always like easy 3 steps. Japan is 4 steps, but English is 3 steps. Intro, body, conclusion. So I used to do Puchiperi story as a hashtag Puchiperi story last year, and I did 11 scope about a Puchiperi story in the sharing and how you can structure your story as a 3 steps, like intro, body, conclusion. Intro is the easiest to start, because just giving the background information. But if you wanted to write something very interesting and stands up from the crowd, maybe you can be a little more creative to start the intro, like capture viewers' attention. Especially for the YouTube video, when you watch, and first 5 seconds and 7 seconds is very key, because if you didn't grab the attention within 7 seconds, people is gonna go away. They didn't stay. I don't stay if it's something not interested in first 5 seconds. That's the reason why, and I normally suggested to people not to add the motion graphic at the beginning, because motion graphic normally takes 4 or 5 seconds. All the Snow Sugar video is the motion graphic is always the end, not at the top. We have a YouTube channel and Snow Sugar video. If you're interested in, there's a 1 or 2, mainly like 1 minute story, and it's very interesting when we create the like New York-based artist or designer, musician, and performer. And 1 minute video was way more interesting than we expected. This is the intro, and this is my story. To give you the example, and I was born in Shiroishi City in Miyagi Prefecture in Japan. I am a first child. This is like a very simple, like a sentence, almost like a bullet point type of content. I have a younger brother and we grew up together. But if you just write in like a bullet point type of like a story and sentences, but if you add some interesting picture, or maybe like I think I'm gonna share the draw in life. What do you call it? That type of like the information, if you add it, so it may not be, it should be okay, even just a bullet point type of like a sentences. You don't have to have a creative like writing. Yeah, Draw My Life, that's right. Draw My Life is the very famous website at the YouTube channel, and I don't know who's drawing. Looks like a very professional drawing, and normally featuring about the famous people. But the video length is kind of long, because 6 or 8 minutes. And if you a big fan of someone, and maybe you can stay, but otherwise I'm not sure people are staying watch like 8 minutes videos. But if you watch someone's life story, it's always emotional attachment. I'm not sure that's the good word. So always like find something interesting, because I think everyone's life is, each one's life is so different. Some of the people say, I don't have any story to tell, or I don't have any story, my life is boring. I don't think so, because if you think, or if you write your story, you always find something interesting. The reason why I picked this rapper, the Eminem, as a example, because I didn't know anything about him, and I was not interested in him at all. But someone is sharing this story to me. Then after a while, I watched his story, like 8 minutes. And very interesting, the life he's went through, and he's a really smart guy, and he has a gift to write. I think he's writing very interesting lyric, because not story for the song. I really strongly recommend to watch the other Draw My Life videos. Very interesting. Yesterday we talked about, and maybe we're gonna add it more personality touch, or like a character, or describing more about the person. Then I added a few more sentences over here. I was very shy and quiet girl at school, or I don't know. Most of the classmates may not remember me. I was a weak kid, skipped many gym classes. So I had a question about a weak kid, because if I translated a weak kid in Japanese, it doesn't sound like the same as wanted to describe, because weak means like UI is like a opposite the strong. But here I wanted to say like a health, like a physically I'm not strong enough. That's why I needed to skip the many gym classes because I was not able to attend because I was not strong enough to attend the gym classes. But there's no right word to describing about Japanese word, and then I ended up using weak. That's always so interesting to like translating to languages from Japanese to English. But if you have a better translation, please let me know. But my Twitter, oh, this is English channel, so Twitter should be same. Snow Sugar video. This is a Puchi Japanese lesson. Shy is very common, and most of they use shy as an English word. But if you wanted to translate it in Japanese, おとなしい, おとなしい. Otona means adult, like a grown up. It sounds like a otona adjective. But this is shy in Japanese is otonashi. Gym class, because I live in US and New York, we call the gym class, but it may not be British English or Australian English. But a gym class is very common to describe about 体育の授業, 体育の授業. That's Japanese translation. 体育 means not gym, gymnastic maybe? Yeah, gymnastic is 体育, I think. They also say physics, right? No, not physics. Physics is different. And also they have a 体育の日, that's October 10th. They call the sports day. But English sports means different. I don't think we translated in Japanese language 体育. But a gym class, if you wanted to directly translate it in Japanese, it's 体育の授業です. So this is the English channel and Snow Sugar video, and I have a Japanese channel, Snow Sugar. I logged in from my Japanese channel, but for some reason you may not see. Maybe you can see in the broadcast detail. And so I'll do Japanese scope 12 hours apart, which is 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I do have a class on Skillshare and Udemy. So if you use the hashtag #PuchiPeriStory, you may see old version of the story, crafting story, like a scope. Or you can scroll down to my replays, then you can find a Puchiperi story. I think both English and Japanese. Yeah, I think it's still there. Now I have too many videos. It's hard to scroll down, I think. This is today's quote. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we reacted to it. What do you think? I thought this is an interesting quote. Because life is, as I say, like life is always have, uncertainty. Like 90% is uncertainty, I think. Never be in plan, and always something new happen, maybe 10% is that you can finish as a plan, and 90% is always uncertainty. So that depends on how you react, then life is gonna stay smooth or going good and be successful. That's what I'm thinking. that's it for tonight, and thank you so much, and hope you enjoyed the replay, viewer. And if you have a comment, and you can always use the Twitter to tweet me, Snow Sugar Video. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Stay warm. If you live in East Coast, snowstorm is coming. Bye now.